Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Panthers are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Cardinals, who will need to solve that secondary. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with the Arizona Cardinals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 12 carries, 74 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down carry here for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. They'll look to throw. And he's got room. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the Cardinal field goal. This from 54 yards away. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down following the run.
Strong left. Strong left. Hey, that's it, buddy. I got one. That's it. Come on.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Motion.
On second down, McCaffrey. And some space here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a play fake here on first down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
That's it. 180. Wake up. Mike 20. Gun.
I smell fear in that offense.
Great.
I smell fear in that offense.
And he motions the wide receiver. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. The numbers from last week for Benjamin. 4 catches, 62 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Reddick coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Hard throw, incomplete. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 129 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
David Johnson's play has forced us to talk about him as one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Good size, so he can run inside and break through some tackles. Also has excellent speed, so he can get to the perimeter, turn the corner, and make it into a big game. But he also relies on the fact that he was a college wide receiver at one point. And
now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are in for 6. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
And the wideout in motion. Third and long. It's Newton. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again. Newton. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Set. 8. You got 3. 3 down. On the ball. Set. Come on. Check.
In motion, the tight end. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Throwing on third down, Newton steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Dancing to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 1st and 10 following the fumble recovery. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. David Johnson on his way. 30, 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 78 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. They fake the give. Newton. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Second down, Johnson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. Able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now look at Dante Moncrief. He and the offense getting ready to go again here. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want. And that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Newton on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets them 9. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards.
Come on now.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. Flush to his right. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 33 and a first.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it. And it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report. To bring it to you, who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
Off play action. Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Slot man moves right. On 1st down, it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Benjamin's got it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
On the ball.
Again, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down. All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Let's get to it. These teams are out and ready to go. Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Set. 180.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The slot man in motion right.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Dash, go down.
To throw on second down. Newton. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On first and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They snap it to Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Back to throw here, and he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Newton now to throw. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And Kelvin Benjamin's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. On the ball. Kill.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They will go for it. Now Newton. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll make it third down. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mike is 59.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Come on now.
And he motions the wide receiver. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Benjamin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Wake up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an en route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
The Panthers on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Set.
Eyes on 81. Eyes on 81.
From the gun, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 4th down, Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Back to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the first down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a first down.
Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Patriots have added on as they extend their lead a bit further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Do some. Switch. Set. 180. Gun. Watch the safety creep.
And the wideout in motion. Now Newton on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Strong right. Hey. On the ball. 3 down. We got to stand up. Set. 180. 20. Watch the twist. 8. Great.
24. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
So they're going to go for 2.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now let's look at David Johnson. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the 4th quarter still to come. We're in the 3rd. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going deep for Brown. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here's Garrett Swanson now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Panthers coming out now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Shift.
Come on now.
Check 43.
Great.
Check 52.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Newton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Operating from the gun. Newton. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. And the Patriots, they've extended their lead in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 43. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Now a handoff. Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go,
On 3rd down, Johnson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he motions the wide receiver. Newton on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. To the air again, Newton. Looking sideline, incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Wake up. Whip. Watch the whip.
Off play action. Newton. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go. Flex round.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man on the crossing route. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 44 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And now a first down following that long gain. From the gun, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Second and 10, Newton again. Buying time to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll toss it to McNichols. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And he's got Rodgers. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Operating from the gun. Newton forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
From the gun, Newton. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On 3rd down. That's Johnson, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Garrett Swanson now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On first down, Newton eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. They've gone to the fourth quarter now in Dallas. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And he's able to put it through. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. On first down, it's Newton. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On second down, here's Newton. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This will be taken about the 12. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Do some. Here we go. Let's bring it. Hey. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Great. 36.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Newton on first down. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the third in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Back to the air. Newton on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 20. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
Check, tight right. Full out there, check it out.
Hurry up, here we go.
Johnson, he spins free. And some room to roam now. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big run there by Johnson. 43 yards. Big run here in the fourth as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, "Head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down."